Hello, everyone. Today we're going to talk about the microbiome. Most people know the term the gut, but the microbiome is generally known as the stomach area, the microbiome of our gut. People don't realize that every part of our body has its own little universe of microbiomes. We have a microbiome on the skin, on the bottom of the feet, on our hair, all these different places. And they are a different combination of friendly flora. And the different combination serves as a different set of troops to help us to manage that part of our body. So specifically, let's talk about the microbiome of our gut, which is the main microbiome. 70% of our immune system is actually in the gut, and 70% of all issues of disease come from inflammation, and inflammation can be dramatically reduced by having a healthy gut microbiome. So, one thing people need to know that a lot of people don't realize, when you take antibiotics, you are basically emptying and killing all the probiotics in your gut at that time. Doctors or other people usually tell us, after you take the antibiotics, wait, then take probiotics. But that's actually not true. There is a very specific strain of probiotics you can take called spore-based probiotics, which you can take at the same time as your antibiotics. The doctors are afraid you will neutralize their antibiotics, but these can be taken at the same time. A natural source is natto. A great supplement source is microbiomelabs.com, and these are spore-based probiotics. A lot of people don't realize the best way to boost your immune system is fermented foods and high fiber foods. People say, well, the fermented foods, the sauerkraut, it only has maybe 2 or 3 strains. But science has shown that if you eat healthy probiotics, even on a few strains, it will create a diversity, a change in the environment so that other probiotics will also thrive in that environment. And everybody wins. It's a win-win for all the bacteria in our gut at that time. Another important thing to know about is, like so many things in the body, like pathogens and viruses and bacteria, they hide from detection. So what they do is they create a film around them, a biofilm, which is a way that they protect themselves. So in order to get rid of these bad bacteria, we need to work differently. In specifically a case of UTIs. Now that is a chronic infection for especially seniors, and there are very specific strains that hide themselves behind this film that they create, basically a kind of a gel-like protection. So I know from experience, after prescribing a product called Eucora that I have in the blog text, this specific type of situation can be remedied through a 3-part process through that company called Eucora. Doctors told me directly for this specific patient, my mom, that they could not do anything about it. But this 3-part process, which worked on the biofilm and then the the microbiome itself, and some herbs, it actually worked, and my mom didn't have any UTIs that she was having on a regular basis any longer. So don't give up on different ideas. The allopathic medical industry is very focused on a small set of things that they do, and they don't really diverge from there. And it's all, in many ways, prescribed and formulaic. So another thing that a lot of people don't realize is the sun is really good for the microbiome. So what you need to do is get lots of sun, especially on the gut. If you have a gut issue, you will increase microcirculation. You will increase the healthiness of the actual flora themselves. So that's another important tip. And no surprise, since our ancestors probably got lots of sun all the time, our bodies interact. And from a quantum biology perspective, the sun interacts with the water charge in our bodies, 70% of our bodies. It increases body voltage, which will increase alkalinity, which will improve the pH of our gut. So sun is always our friend, especially sun gazing, sunlight, which I myself do every single morning. Lastly, a lot of people don't realize that a lot of hormones are created by the gut, and then they are transmitted by way of a nerve called the vagus nerve to the brain. So when people get medications for the brain for depression, they missed the target. The herbs or the therapy or the probiotics and the high fiber foods should focus on the gut, because the microbiome, the bacteria in the microbiome, produce happy hormones like serotonin, and then they move to the brain by way of the gut-brain axis. So if you want to work on depression, eat a lot of high fiber foods and fermented foods, as always. So these are different tips for unexpected benefits and information about our own microbiome. In many ways, the microbiome speaks to the heart, speaks to the brain, speaks to the skin, speaks to the liver. So it is a central part of our overall health. Thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you again.